My name is Edward Thompson. I'm 72 years old, a retired history teacher, and a father of one. I've lived a simple, quiet life since my wife, Margaret, passed away 5 years ago. I thought I'd seen every surprise life could throw at me. I was wrong, because one ordinary evening, during dinner with my only son, I received a text message that would change everything. It said, "Get up and go. Don't say anything to your son." At first, I thought I'd misread it. My glasses sometimes blur when the steam from food fogs them up. But no, those words were sharp, deliberate, and chilling. I glanced at Daniel across the table. He was telling me about his promotion, smiling like a man who had the world at his feet. He didn't notice the way my hand trembled as I slid the phone under the table. "Everything all right, Dad?" he asked, raising an eyebrow. "Just a wrong number," I replied, forcing a smile I didn't feel. But my heart was hammering. Whoever sent that message knew me well enough to mention my son, and to tell me not to speak to him. That wasn't random. Then another text came through. "They've been planning this for weeks. You have to leave now." My appetite vanished. A cold dread settled in my chest. Planning what? And who was they? I excused myself and walked into the kitchen, phone clutched tight. A third message arrived, this one with a photo attached. My breath caught. It was my house, taken from across the street. This morning. The photo on my screen made my hand shake. My own front porch, the withered fern Margaret used to tend, the faded welcome mat, even the chipped paint on the railing, all captured in perfect detail. Someone had been standing out there, watching. Then came the knock. It was soft at first, like a polite visitor. But within seconds, it grew louder, heavier, not frantic, but deliberate. From the dining room, Daniel's voice called, "I'll get it." Before I could respond, my phone buzzed again. A new message. "Don't open it. Please, just leave now." "Daniel, wait." I stepped into the hallway, my voice sharper than I intended. My son stopped halfway to the door, giving me a puzzled look. "Dad, what's going on?" I didn't know how to answer. How could I explain that some faceless stranger was telling me to walk out of my own home in the middle of dinner and not to trust my only son? Another message appeared. "If you open that door, you'll never see tomorrow." I swallowed hard. The knocking stopped. The silence was worse. Daniel peered through the peephole. "No one's there," he said, frowning. "Probably some kid messing around." I wanted to believe that. God, I wanted to. But before I could gather my thoughts, the sound of a car engine idling drifted in from outside. I stepped to the window and pulled the curtain just enough to peek through. A black sedan was parked across the street. The windows were tinted, but I could feel eyes on me. Then my phone lit up one more time. The message was only 3 words. "They're here early." My knees went weak. Whoever this was, they weren't playing games. And somehow, they knew more about my life, my wife, and my son than I did. Daniel crossed his arms. "Dad, seriously, you're scaring me." "What's going on?" I opened my mouth to answer, but the headlights of the sedan flicked on, and the car began to roll slowly toward our house. The black sedan crept forward like a predator circling prey. Its headlights washed over the living room wall, casting long, shifting shadows. Daniel stepped toward the front door again. "I'm going to see who it is." "No," my voice cracked. He froze, looking more alarmed now. "Dad, you're acting like—" "Just stay away from the door," I said, struggling to keep my voice steady. My phone buzzed. "You have 60 seconds. Go out the back door. Don't take anything, just go." I stared at the glowing words. My pulse thudded in my ears. The kitchen door led to the small backyard, then to an alley that opened onto another street. It would be easy to slip out unseen. But leave my son? Without explaining? Dad, talk to me, Daniel insisted. You're scaring me. Who's texting you? I met his eyes, and for a moment, I saw the little boy who used to run to me when he had nightmares. The boy who clung to my hand on his first day of school. And now, I didn't know if I could trust him. The car outside stopped in front of our house. The engine idled, low and steady. Then came a sound that made my blood run cold, the metallic click of a car door opening. I moved quickly to the kitchen, gripping my phone like a lifeline. My hand shook as I unlocked the back door. Behind me, Daniel's voice was rising. Dad, where are you going? Before I could answer, another text appeared. If you stay, your son will lose everything. If you go, you might save him. My breath caught. Save him? From what? I looked back. Daniel was halfway across the living room, his face pale with confusion. The back door was open. The cool night air spilled in, carrying the faint scent of rain. And then I heard footsteps. Not from inside, but from the side of the house. They were coming. The footsteps rounded the corner of the house. A shadow stretched across the kitchen floor. I froze, heart pounding. Daniel's voice came from behind me, trembling now. Dad, please, just tell me what's going on. The next moment, a man stepped into view from the side yard. He wore a dark jacket, a cap pulled low over his face. His hands were empty, but his presence radiated menace. Before I could move, my phone buzzed again. That's one of them. Daniel saw him too. His eyes widened. Dad, get back. The man looked straight at me, then smirked. Edward Thompson? He asked calmly, as if confirming a delivery. I didn't answer. From the street, the driver of the sedan honked once, a sharp signal. The man outside stepped closer. Then my phone lit up again. Now you know. Your son owes them money. A lot of money. They're here to collect, and if they can't get it from him, they'll take you. I turned to Daniel. His face told the truth before his mouth did. Shame, fear, and desperation all tangled there. Dad, I'm sorry, he whispered. I thought I could fix it before you found out. I felt my chest tighten. You used my name, didn't you? He looked away. That was all the answer I needed. The man outside took another step forward. We can do this the easy way, old man. My phone buzzed again, one final message. Leave now. I'll stall them. And tell your son, he's on his own. I looked at Daniel for a long, painful moment. I thought about every sacrifice I'd made, the years of work, the sleepless nights, the things I'd gone without so he could have more. And this was my repayment. The footsteps outside grew closer. I stepped toward the back door. Daniel's voice cracked. Dad, you're just going to leave me? I paused in the doorway, the cold night air against my face. My voice was steady when I answered. No, Daniel. You left me a long time ago. And then I walked out into the darkness, leaving him to face the consequences he had brought to our door.